Hello everyone and welcome to Cam Tying Handmade Creations and another tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to crochet a wavy stitch border. So as always, I don't like to dawdle, so let's get started. Hello everyone. So this is the wavy stitch and we're going to work on this stitch. It looks complicated, but it's a lot easier than it looks. So I'm going to use this category 4 yarn and my 5mm hook. So let's go ahead and begin. So what I've done already is I made a swatch of 4 rows of 34 double crochets, and if you want to do that now, just go ahead and pause and make 4 rows of double crochets. I also made some single crochets going around. When you get to that corner, make sure you put an extra single crochet in the middle. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, and I only ever chain 2 when I do my double crochets. So chain 2 and turn your work. Now we're going to begin with a double crochet. This chain counts as a double crochet, so naturally you skip the first stitch and make a double crochet. So now make 2 more double crochets going across. This is 1 and this is 2. Now you have your 4 double crochets. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. Now you're going to take your hook and put it in the top chain of that first double crochet. The first chain that you made that counts as a double crochet. You're going to put your hook into the top stitch. It can be a bit tricky, but once you get used to it, you'll get it. Go in and make a slip stitch. I don't know why this was giving me a hard time when I first started. It was driving me crazy trying to do this slip stitch. Excuse me. So now in the same loop that you just made, you're going to go back into that loop with 7 double crochets. So chain 1 and then go back into that loop you just made with 7 double crochets. So this is 1, and once you get these steps going down and you get the flow going, it'll be a lot easier. But it's the same process going all the way across. 7 double crochets here. Okay, and this is my 7th double crochet here. Now you just go straight into the following stitches. So yarn over and make another 4 double crochets going across. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you've made your 4 double crochets, go ahead and chain 4. So once you've made your chain 4, I chained 3 here, please chain 4. Go into the back. You're going to go behind that 7 single crochets you just made with your hook. Come out the back side, come out the other side, and then grab your yarn and pull through and make a slip stitch. It's kind of like you're doing a single crochet in the back, in the a back post single crochet. So chain 1 and then go right into into the chain that you just made, that loop, and make your 7 double crochets. Now when you're doing this, it's going to look kind of weird. That first wave is going to be kind of going forward, but as you make your stitches, it's going to begin to stand up. It's going to push back and be correct and have the edge the way it's supposed to be. So I'm putting my 7 double crochets in here, and now I'm going to make, okay, one more. So now I'm going to make 4 double crochets. So as you can see, it's beginning to make its form, make its waves, and it will get flatter as you go along. It may not look like it, but it will. So now we're going to make 4 double crochets going across. You're not skipping any stitches, just straight through. So this is 1, that's 2, 3, and 4. So once you've made your 4 double crochets, go ahead and chain 4 and go back into the stitch. So fold your stitch over, take your hook, put it into that back hole there all the way through. Make sure you do not loop the chain, and go ahead and make a slip stitch. You don't want to incorporate that chain into this slip stitch because it's not going to work right. So chain 1, go back into the chain you just made, the loop you just made, and make your 7 double crochets. I'm going to speed through to get past this, and then we'll continue. Okay, so I'm on my last double crochet of this 7, and let's continue on. So far this is what it's looking like, and I am loving it. You can make those waves a different color if you want. So now let's go ahead and make our 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once you've made your 4 double crochets, chain 4, and remember we're going back into that loop in the back, the hole in the back of your 7 double crochets. Put your hook in there and go ahead and loop around. And again, make sure when you're making that slip stitch, do not incorporate that chain because you're gonna mess it up. You're not gonna be able to make your 7 double crochets. So I'm gonna make these 7 double crochets here, and I'll be back. Okay, once you have your last double crochet, go ahead and chain 4. And now let's go back into that loop again with our hook. Make your slip knot and chain 1. Always chain 1 in the back when you do this. So once you chain 1, go back into that loop with your 7 double crochets. So I'm making my final double crochet here. Once you've made your double crochets, go ahead and make your 4 double crochets going across. So this is what it looks like so far. They're a little folded over, but it's okay. Once you're done, everything will be in the place it's supposed to be and standing up like it's supposed to be. So now we just continue making our stitches all the way across. If you need to go back, go ahead and rewind back. Or if you want to slow it down, you can do that as well. So I'll be back and I'm gonna meet you at this end here. So now I have all of my shells here, all of my waves here, and I'm on my last wave at the end. So now we're at the end of the row. I've made my last set of 7 double crochets into that loop. Now we're at the end, so we're going to do the same thing that we were doing before, except we're only going to put in 1 double crochet. So put your final double crochet into that last stitch there. This is that extra stitch that you made. Chain 4. Go right back into that. Go into the back of the hole and do a slip stitch. Remember, do not incorporate that chain 4. Now go back in with another 7 double crochets. So nothing really changes except at the end, instead of making 4 double crochets, you're just going to make 1 so that we can round that corner. So I'm going to continue making these 7 double crochets here, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've made our 7 double crochets. Now we just immediately go ahead in and make 4 double crochets going across. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just the same process, go ahead and chain 4. Go ahead right into the back of that 7 double crochets and make your slip knot. So go in and come out the other way. Make sure you keep that 4 chains out of the loop and make your slip knot, a slip stitch, and chain 1. Now go ahead and make your 7 double crochets. So as you can see, we're going around the corner in a nice smooth fashion. There are no gaps. Everything is lined up nice, and just continue making your double crochets and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm on this last double crochet. Now I'm going to go back in with my 4 double crochets going across. And that's pretty much how you make this wave stitch pattern. I think it would look awesome if you change the colors. So for each of your wave pattern, go ahead and change your color. I have a tutorial on how to switch out your colors without making a knot. It's a really cool method on how to do this, and it saves your yarn. So I'm going in and I'm slip stitching into this back here. As you see, I went through those 7 double crochets and out the other end. I'm going to grab my loop, my yarn, and make a slip knot and chain 1, and just continue doing this process. Go right into that loop with your 7 double crochets. So I'm on that last double crochets in this cluster in the wave stitch. I'm going to go ahead and make my 4 double crochets. So now as you see, we're getting closer to the end again. Once you've made your 4 double crochets, chain 4, so chain 4, and now go right into that stitch again with your wave pattern. Just flip it over, insert your hook, come out the other side. Make sure you don't incorporate your chain 4, and slip it through and make a slip stitch and chain 1. So as always, back into that loop with the 7 double crochets, and just continue doing this all the way around your project. I'm going to continue making my wave stitches, my wave pattern all the way around. If you want, you can continue on, or if you're a bit confused, you can always go back a couple of steps and look at it again, slow it down if you need to in the settings so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. I can only go over so slow, but I'm hoping that I'm going slow enough so that I can help you out. So I'm going to continue making my wave pattern going all the way around. Remember to make your chain 4, and once you've made your chain 4, go ahead and go into the back of that wave pattern, the wave stitch, the previous wave. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we're at the end now, and it's as simple as a slip stitch. So just go into that very first double crochet that you made and yarn over and pull through and make a slip stitch. And that's it. That is your wave pattern. This is an awesome pattern for your blankets. You probably even could put it onto a scarf if you wanted to, or a pretty sweater. So that's it for our wave stitch. So that's going to end our tutorial. I want to thank you for watching. I hope that I taught you something on today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KMTyama Crochet. And I'll see you in our next tutorial. Bye bye.